At minimum, there should be a standard approach to how we deal with people that come and do audits within our public facilities, because it's never going to end. As long as social media and these influencers are out there, we're going to get these folks. And I won't disparage them, because hey, it's in their full right to do these things.
The First Amendment of the Constitution, it secures 5 fundamental freedoms to we the people. Could you tell me what those 5 freedoms are?
No, sir.
Chief.
Sir, I have
the question was about good faith.
I know, thank you.
I just think that we should have a very standard way to approach it, because the video just screamed that we just didn't have comfort that we could address this person in a manner that was consistent. It should be hung right there in City Hall. That way it's just a kind of a, hey, point your finger to this. Hey, we do have this sign-in policy or ID validation policy because we feel like we've put the security policy in place. It meets constitutional challenges, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, guys, welcome back. San Joaquin Valley Transparency. This video comes to you by way of This Is a Public Service. Let me break down the video you're about to watch. A few years ago, I began asking cops if they knew the First Amendment of the Constitution. None of them could answer. A channel called This Is a Public Service started asking cops the same question, but he tweaked that question a little bit to see if cops wouldn't just tuck their tail and run away. In this video, you're going to see Foshin from This Is a Public Service ask Chief McKinley of the Apopka Police Department that very question. You're going to see the chief tuck tail and cower away in shame. Not only are you going to see this chief make like a banana and split, but this fool goes to the city council meeting to spread gossip and lies about the people flexing their rights. You're going to hear him talk about trading in our freedom for safety. And you guys already know what that gets us. Absolutely nothing. The last video I did was for a channel called Liberty Troll. He conducted a First Amendment audit in this city hall that's located in Apopka, Florida. The auditor challenged the front desk for trying to identify him upon entry. He jammed his foot in the door, just like the cops do in people's houses, and he got in.
No, I said unless you sign in, you can't.
Ma'am.
You can't unless I let you sign in.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Then take your foot off.
No. I need access. I want to get
Yes, I'll
access.
let you wait in a minute.
Access.
Take your foot.
No.
Take your foot
Calm
off
down.
of my door.
Calm down.
Take your foot off my door.
I'm not going to push past you.
Then take off your foot.
No.
Excuse me. You're going to break the door.
Don't touch me.
Move away then.
That's not going to break the door.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Move away.
I'm not going to move away from the door.
Away.
This is not your job.
This is my job.
You're not security.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're a receptionist.
I take care of this building. That's our rules and regulations. You have to sign in.
I only care about the law. Have a great day.
The cops were called, but the cop who arrived on scene, Sergeant Jason Berry, did his job correctly. He educated the gaggle of Karens.
And I did talk to risk management, and they said that he's not supposed to be in the rest of the building unless he signs in. So he has options. He's just not listening to them.
So this is a public building.
Right. And that's what
And we can't restrict.
I'm not asking
flow.
him to restrict. I'm asking him to sign in. And if he doesn't want to sign in, for staff to come down.
They don't have to sign in, you know what I mean?
They don't have, I guess.
He told his fellow officers to identify properly and be professional towards the auditor.
Yeah, just be respectful. Just, they ask your badge number, your name, and
Then the chief of police decides to help create bogus policies in order to keep the people from walking into the building without having to check in at the front desk. In other words, they want a shield to protect them from accountability and transparency. These public servants think they should be allowed to do whatever they want without the people holding them accountable. Let's check out this quick video, watch this chief sell out his country and the red, white, and blue for a dictatorship and the blue line flag. We can't make this up, folks. Government is not here for the people. They're here for themselves. Check this out.
Are you a sergeant with the Apopka Police?
I am.
I've got a question. If somebody came up to you and asked you a question but you didn't know the answer to it, would you make a good faith effort to find out the answer to the question?
100%.
The First Amendment of the Constitution, it secures 5 fundamental freedoms to we the people. Could you tell me what those 5 freedoms are?
I do not know. I would have to Google that and look it up for you.
You have to make that good faith
Yes,
effort?
I would make that good
Is this the chief?
Yes, sir.
Chief, could I have a word?
Excuse me.
How you doing today? You don't have time for a question?
What's that?
If somebody had a question for you and you didn't know the answer, would you make a good faith effort to find the answer to that question?
Always.
The First Amendment of the Constitution, it secures 5 fundamental freedoms to we the people. Could you tell me what those 5 freedoms are?
No, sir. Have a good day.
Chief,
Sir, I have to
the
do
question
somewhere.
was about good faith.
I know. Thank you.
Wow.
Related to a video that's going around on social media right now around these First Amendment audits through different public organizations. And, you know, obviously there's been even question about whether or not people are generally have to say their name and address for the record in order to publicly speak or sign in or show identification at the front receptionist desk. So I'm not a lawyer, don't pretend to be. So I will leave it to the people, the legal minds to work this out. But at minimum, there should be a standard approach to how we deal with people that come and do audits within our public facilities, because it's never going to end. As long as social media and these influencers are out there, we're going to get these folks. I won't like disparage them because, hey, it's in their full right to do these things. I just think that we should have a very standard way to approach it, because the video just screamed that we just didn't have comfort that we could address this person in a manner that was consistent. It should be hung right there in City Hall. That way it's just a kind of a, hey, point your finger to this. Hey, we do have this sign-in policy or ID validation policy because we feel like we've put the security policy in place. It meets constitutional challenges, et cetera, et cetera. I just want to make sure that we don't have a video like that where it just shows some discombobulation, if you will.
I was asked to speak on this matter. Monday, we met with the police legal advisor, with Cliff Shepard, myself and the city administrator to discuss this matter. Case law is pretty clear. We can secure the facility for the safety of our employees. The signage probably wasn't as clear as it needed to be. If you noticed, there's new signage around the entire building, as well as new signage on every city building as to what are restricted areas, what are not restricted areas. I am working on finalizing a city policy that will guide our personnel on how to deal with certain situations, not just First Amendment auditors, but anybody that wants to come into a city facility. We will have security protocols in place, and those security protocols have to be followed, or you don't have access to a city building. Just because it's a city building does not mean you have a right to walk wherever you want. Case law is clear on that. And Mr. Shepard can correct me anytime I misspeak, but we've done a lot of research since this incident occurred, and we are taking the steps to make sure our employees are protected. There's an ordinance out of the city of Punta Gorda where they've passed that you can't film employees because of distraction at their workplace. We're looking at that. It's withstood court muster, and we're looking at that also. I'm not as concerned about the videos of our employees as I am the videos of our buildings, because that does create a potential security risk to our facility, because now you have an inside video of the layout of the building, where our cameras are, where specific security features for the building are located out there in a public forum. That is a little bit of a concern from a police perspective. So I think steps are being taken. We are looking at piggyback contracts for security to not only have somebody check in and be searched before they come into, or be screened before they come into the building. If they don't want to do that, that's fine. We will still provide a city service to them. Somebody from the department will come down and assist them to provide whatever city services they want if an employee is available. If an employee is not available, it looks like, they can either come back at a later time, make an appointment to get those needs done, or they can leave it with the receptionist. She'll pass it on and get it handled and contact them. So we are in the process of making sure that it's very well spelled out in a city policy. I'm working on at least getting some guidelines to the employees and to the police department so that our personnel know that if somebody does breach the security protocol, what legally we can do, and our legal rights are to ask them to leave. If they refuse to leave, they are subject to being arrested. So we are taking care of it. Okay.
All right, folks, before we get out of here, I'm going to read to you an email that I received from Deanna regarding the video that I dropped yesterday. It has to do with this chief of police. She writes, "Hi, I'm a huge fan of yours as well as many other auditors. I just watched the video you posted on Thursday, February 15th, titled Public Servant Karens Get Completely Trolled and Owned by Auditor and Cop. I think it was originally posted by someone else. It really burned me up. Got my blood pressure to go sky high." The original video to that one was posted by Liberty Troll, folks. Then she goes on to say, "This video upset me so much, especially at the end listening to the cop talk about auditing. I was angry at the cop for saying they must put policies in place to stop people from recording. The cop at the end of the video mentioned the city of Punta Gorda. He said that Punta Gorda had government buildings that started new policies that require ID and searches of people in order to get in to do business. Cop said the new policy has stood up to the constitutional challenges in court, and if people refuse to follow it, then they can A, make an appointment to see the person they need to do business with, B, leave their paperwork with the receptionist who will get them to the appropriate office in person, or C, someone can come and escort them around the building. It's so disappointing when these great audits cause our public servants to retaliate against the citizenry. They take it personally whenever they don't get their way to ID us, search us, arrest us, trespasses, and use security as an excuse to impose ridiculous policies. Anyway, just thought I would drop you a line. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you. Deanna from Portland, Oregon." Deanna, thank you for that email. And I do agree with you 100%. I do believe it's cowardice for these cops to try to take our rights away and sell our freedom for safety. Everybody already knows that if we trade our freedom for safety, we'll get neither of them. Folks, I'm going to be dropping This Is a Public Service original channel link in the description for you guys. I'm also going to drop Liberty Troll's channel. Make sure you go subscribe to both of these channels. They're both doing outstanding work. And I'm also going to put the information for this chief in the video description so you guys can redress your grievances. With that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to my channel if you haven't yet. If you have videos that you want us to look at, copy your links and paste them to recordpolicenow@gmail.com. That's my email. Give us as much information as possible so we can highlight your videos. Let us know if you want to stay anonymous or if you want us to highlight your channels. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.